Cancel culture, we've been telling you, has taken down statues across the country, but now it could be coming for students' curriculum. Campus Reform's Cabot Phillips warns in a Fox News op-ed about the push to distort history to portray the United States as an evil nation. And he joins us now to conclude our cancel culture series that has run all week. Good morning to you, Cabot.
Good morning.
What is the ultimate goal on campus of cancel culture?
Well, the ultimate goal is power and controlling completely the narrative that's being taught on campus. And cancel culture is simply a means of achieving that power. They know that if they can compel anyone into silence by threatening them and by name-calling, that they can get what they want because there won't actually be substantive debates taking place. So one of the things I talk about in the op-ed here is how around the country, the New York Times 1619 Project, this idea that America was actually founded to preserve white supremacy and slavery, that's being implemented in K-12 classrooms around the country, and no one is standing up to it. This is a revisionist history that Pulitzer-winning historians who are actually experts have called a work of fiction. But anyone that doubts that, they're instantly called a racist. And so this project is being implemented without a fight. We're allowing the New York Times to educate many of our young people in this country. And that fight is not happening because, in large part, of cancel culture. And that's what's happening to our education system. And that's why this is so pervasive and so dangerous.
You know, Cabot, a couple of years ago on this channel, we were talking about the textbooks that American kids learn from and the process and, you know, whether or not there are biases that go into them. But for you to say that they're using this 1619 project in schools with that really being vetted, while, you know, your op-ed cites a number of Pulitzer Prize winning historians who say that the New York Times reporting simply got it wrong.
The New York Times' own fact checker has come out publicly and said, I raised serious questions about some of the inaccuracies here, and I was ignored. And look at the response that all those historians that questioned the 1619 Project got. They weren't any sort of substantive response. The author of the 1619 Project, Nicole Hannah-Jones, said, well, those are just angry old white men. And that's what we see at the Leadership Institute's Campus Forum. We've been reporting in the education system how the second you offer any critique, you must be a racist. See what happens? If you disagree with us, you must be a terrible bigot and a racist. And that's what stifles conversation. That's what keeps experts in the field from speaking up because they don't want to have their careers ruined. And a lot of parents feel the same way. They don't want to go in and ask about the curriculum in their students' classroom because they don't want to look like they're against the social justice narrative of the left. And that's why we do need to care about what's going on here.
No kidding. So they're changing that. And a lot of Americans don't know their history anymore. Put them together and look out below. Let's see what happens. Cabot, thank you very much for joining us today.
Absolutely, Steve. Thank you.
All right. Meanwhile, in other news, Nancy Pelosi is blaming Republicans for